Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video is going to be my everyday makeup routine. I do the same thing with or without false lashes. It's just always been the same. Today we're gonna do it with lashes. This is my literally everyday makeup unless I'm doing something with eyeshadow, which is very rare because I don't always have time to do eyeshadow, because when I do eyeshadow it's colorful and big and out there. Let's just get right into this video. The first product that I use is my Benefit Porefessional primer. I put this all over, not just in my T-zone, like all over. Put my headband in. For foundation, I use my Kat Von D Lock-It foundation in the shade Medium Neutral, which is number 54. And then I use my EcoTools sponge. I like it a lot. Like, I have probably like 6 in my drawer right now for backups. I feel like I go through these quite often. I take a pea size for each cheek and then half a pea size for my forehead. Next, for concealer, I use my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I use the shade 18. I do it like this, all the way up to my inner corner because I don't put foundation all right in there. So to hide all of that, I just do it with concealer. So cute right now, don't I? Take that same sponge, but I put a little bit more Fix Plus on it to make it a little bit more wet. Next, for powder, I use my Veil Translucent Setting Powder by Hourglass. I use it with the, Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH07 brush. It's like a little tapered setting powder brush. And I use only that brush to set my under eye with this powder. I crease really bad in my forehead area. I really need Botox. That's gonna be my first thing that I get done with anything on my whole body is Botox. I need it so bad. But to set the rest of my face, I'm gonna use my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH01 brush. It's so big. I love that it covers all areas. And I use that same Hourglass translucent powder. Next, I do my bronzer, and I use my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Bronzer, matte bronzer, and I use my Morphe M530 brush. It's like a flat top one. I swirl it in there. Wow, I really can't speak today. Sorry, guys. And it's kind of like pigmented, so I go just like that. actually take my Morphe M557 brush. It's like a smaller brush of that. Like it looks exactly like it, but smaller and black. And I take that same bronzer and actually just go around up here. Being a blonde really sucks. And it's easy to get it in your hair with a bigger brush, but if you have a smaller brush like this, it's easier to see where you're applying it. Next, what I use for blush is my favorite blush in the whole entire world, my Inglot blush. I'll have the number linked down below. I cannot remember what number it is, but I use my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH06 brush to apply this blush. So now that we have blush on, usually my step is to do highlighter next, but I am trying to do highlighter as my last step because whenever I start doing my eyeshadow or my eyebrows or anything like that, and I'm resting my hand on my face and I feel like my highlighter just like disappears after doing all that. So I like to wait after I'm done with my whole face and then put highlighter on, because then it looks good. It turns out really good. All right, so I am back with some eyebrows on, looking better. But I do use my NYX Control Freak eyebrow gel. I like it just as much as the Anastasia brow gel one. They're both clear, and this one is just like that. This one is just as gluey, and it's cheaper. I'm gonna go with the cheaper one. So now that my eyebrows are all on and set with the gel, I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm just gonna go over my eyelids. I did not put any powder on them just for this reason. I just take out any creasing with my sponge. Then I take that setting powder with that same brush and I just go over my eyelids. I go in with my Morphe eyeliner in Jet. I only put eyeliner on and lashes if I have that extra 5 minutes to do. If I don't, I just go in with my mascara, which is the Voluminous Original L'Oreal mascara. This is like an OG favorite from like high school. But like I said, if I have time, I put my lashes on. If I don't, I just put on my mascara and my glasses, or no glasses, depends on the day. Those two, my highlight, and then I'm done. But today we're gonna do it with lashes. So I'm gonna use my Morphe liner with my Kylie little liner brush, and I'm just gonna do the smallest line on my top. Alright, the liner is on, and now I'm gonna curl my lashes and put mascara on. Alright, the last step, well not the very last step because we got lipstick to do, but my last step for my eyes is eyelashes, and I use the So Charming eyelashes. These are my ride or die lashes, my favorite. Okay, so next I'm actually gonna do my nose. I actually forgot to do that earlier. I usually bake. But I'm gonna bronzer up my nose. That's a new word. Now that I have bronzered up my nose, I'm gonna take this angled Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH10 brush dip into that translucent setting powder, and I'm gonna bake this all on the sides of my nose. So there is my bronzer and my baking. So I'm gonna let this sit and bake for a little bit, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that I've wiped off the bake, I'm gonna use my MAC 3D Black mascara for my lower lash line. The one thing that I don't like about this mascara is that if I cry or if I have watery eyes, it's running. Like, this is the mascara that you see in movies that's running on the girl's face. This is it. So once I have all of that done, I take my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus and I spray it all over my face. So next I do my highlighter, and my everyday highlighter that I use is my Amrezy at Beverly Hills highlighter, and I use my Morphe M510 brush with it. But the trick is I like go ham in the pan with it, you know? But then I take my MAC Fix Plus and I spray it like once, maybe twice. And while it's wet, then that's when I apply it. And then I use the same highlighter for my nose, and I'm gonna use my Makeup Shack T63 brush. It's a little pencil brush. I do the tip of my nose first, and then I just draw a line down connecting it. That's basically all I do for my nose. Actually take that same brush and I do my inner corner with the same highlighter. It just blends in so much better when you use the same highlighter shade in the inner corner versus like an actual eyeshadow highlighting shade. Now to finish off the look before I start doing lips is I'm going to use my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I use this when I want it on like literally all night because it's like hairspray for the face. So for lips, I always do a neutral lip color just because like it's an everyday thing, you know? I don't want to do any bold colors on going to the grocery store or something like that, you know? So I have two favorite nude lip shades. I like the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Mannequin. I just bought this like probably like 2 weeks ago, maybe like a week and a half ago. I am in love with this. This is my favorite formula of a liquid lipstick. I don't like liquid lipsticks. Barely at all. Like, barely at all. But I love his formula. And this is in the shade Mannequin. I don't know if I mentioned that already. But there's that one. Or I just picked up a new one because mine broke. I was like pushing too hard or something happened and I broke mine. But the matte lipstick in the shade Wifey by Morphe. And this is also like a very pretty nude. Oh, I love this so much. Don't know what I want to use though. I think I'm gonna take my Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Mannequin. I think I used that from my last video, but I really want to use it today. So this is what I'm gonna use for my lip. I don't use any lip liner with this either. Alright you guys, this is a finished look. This is my everyday makeup routine. The only difference is that if I have time, I'm going to put eyelashes and lipstick on. If I don't have time, I'm just going to scrub off any kind of foundation or anything I have on my lips and just use a lip balm. And then I just don't put any eyelashes on, so it's more of a natural everyday versus like a glam everyday. But yeah, this is what I do. It really depends on what formula I prefer that day for lipstick wise, but I usually use one of these two, or even like a nude lip gloss. That's also like a favorite of mine to do, is like a nude lip gloss. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you aren't already. Hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.